Hi, and welcome to Explore, the podcast brought to you by All Manner of Games, the tabletop gaming society in Nuneaton, Warwickshire. Brought to you today by me, Mike. I founded All Manner of Games back in 2017. I'm not going to do this regular spiel as I usually do because we're on episode like 38. I think most of them know us by now.
Yeah, they do.
I think so. So I'm Mike. That's Dean.
I am Dean. Hello, everyone.
Who's this guy?
Jeff.
Okay.
His name's Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
It's Henry. He's our chief participant.
Yeah, he very nearly wasn't the other day.
Very nearly
Yeah,
wasn't.
never
But
mind.
we won't get into that.
Yes,
No, we won't.
I have been informed.
Yep.
Yes,
And then we've got Dave. Hello, Dave.
We have got a Dave.
we have.
Hello, everybody.
Everyone should have a Dave. Daves are cool.
I think I know about 4, or I used to.
4 days.
I know significantly a lot more than that.
We've got like 6 Chris's at Amog, which
Yeah,
really confuses everyone when I go, Chris will do that.
yeah.
God, which one?
Big Chris, Ginger Chris, who Chris, what Chris?
Chris in a box.
This Chris, that Chris.
Yeah.
Chris
Is
Kringle.
it 3D printing Chris? Is it
Yeah.
World Eaters Chris? Is it
Don't know.
board game Chris? Is
It's
it?
just
It's a trick question.
Is it
One
more-
is Chris.
it's Chris.
Yeah, it's just Chris.
They're actually all the same person, just with masks.
Yeah. Fact.
Is it Chris, Master of Disguise?
Sorry, there's a bit of fluff on our brand new
the-
thing, and I'm just going to get it off.
There's more here.
Is he just staring at you?
It's just annoying me a little
We'll
bit.
just have a
before we
day
start.
of just
Just
lid
rolling
rolling
the
the
thing.
thing.
Can you point it
yeah.
out now, and I can just see this one over here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think that. There you go.
I
It's
know.
gone.
My saviour.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Well, before we start talking, actually,
Okay.
I want to address something.
Oh no,
I do.
what have we done wrong?
I'm
We
sorry.
haven't
You
done
are
everything. Well, this is the thing. It is a semi-serious matter. So there's a chap started at work. I won't say his name. I don't have permission to say his name. Who is a gamer. So
Call
instantly,
him Chris.
Chris. There you go.
Jimmy Space.
Work Chris Jimmy Space. Cannon. Anyway, he is a gamer. He is a tabletop gamer. I said, would have been remiss of me to say that we don't have a games club and he should come along, etc. And he said, what's the name of it? And I went, well, Amog, All Manner of Games. Oh, you guys. Beg your pardon? You guys? What's that supposed to mean? Like, And he went, I've heard things. And I was like, all right, what thing? Like, do we kidnap babies? Whatever. And he went, no. There's another person in the local area who is accusing you of trying to poach members from other clubs.
Right. Okay.
So, and I know Mike and I have spoken about this, and I want to say unequivocally now, and I'm sure that everyone will agree, that has never been and will never be an agenda
No.
or an opinion or anything of Amog.
I think we make a good enough case for ourselves with our membership that we don't have to steal people from people.
Well, irrespective of that, even, you play at another gaming store within the area, Dev. And I think it's fair to say that all we want people to do is play games.
Yep.
Life is a
Yeah.
bit crap.
Yep.
If you want to come along and do it with us, wonderful.
Ace.
Brilliant. Love to have you. If you don't, that's
Okay.
absolutely fine.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? But I will quash the rumour right now. And please come and see me. Please come and see us. If you have an issue with it, we have never, will never, and do not want to steal members. I don't think we need to, as you said, Mike.
No.
So if you are the person who's saying that, please stop. It's very upsetting. It's not nice. at
No.
all.
Which brings me to another point, kind of adjacent to that. What's with the hostility?
Yeah.
Surely it's a good thing that there's multiple places for people to
Wouldn't
play.
you think? Yeah.
Like, variety
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean,
spice of life.
Yeah.
It's not like we do
I,
it.
as an example, I travelled from 2 cities just to come over.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the prospect and facilities to be able to play stuff I like.
Yeah.
There's no obligation that I have.
Absolutely
No,
not.
no.
We have
Guys.
multiple members who go to different gaming stores and they go to
Dean,
competitions. And
we go to different gaming
we
stores.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
I play in different gaming
yeah.
stores. It's how it works.
And
just life,
it's
innit?
not like we deliberately put on our nights to screw over other places.
Yeah.
We put them on
because there's
on
a,
different
because
different
there's,
nights.
because there's nothing on those nights.
And
Yeah.
not just that, there are only limited amount of nights in the week and the year.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
And the weekend.
Weeks aren't infinite.
Yeah,
We all know.
that we can put on
we
stuff. So there are sometimes clashes with competitions and so on and so forth. We can only apologise for that, but
Yeah, but it's,
I will not
but that's-
stop doing
that's
so.
an accidental piece of double booking.
It is,
That's not
yeah.
us going, so and so's got an event here. Let's
Exactly.
put a thing on.
So-
Or so and so's got their on. Let's put our thing on.
No,
I mean, like,
absolutely not.
You've put on. You've got dates set up for all of next year, haven't you? For
Yeah,
a
pretty
month,
much, yeah.
for our
To
monthly.
avoid this exact thing. If
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
know our dates, there's a reduction in the chance that we're going to double book with anyone,
Exactly.
because we can say, here's the dates, whatever, and then when they're booking their events, it's on the website.
Yeah. Hopefully they won't book on the same weekend as us.
And if
they do, and
never-
people choose to go there,
never
it's
mind.
not an issue.
Yeah.
You know,
And if
we're
they
all-
do double book, it ain't our fault because
exactly.
Yep.
And we're all grown-ups when it comes to
Yeah.
it. You go and play where you want to. So anyway, I put the chap's mind at ease and said, look, that's not how we are. That's not what we're about.
Yep.
I would also like to clarify that physically I'm a grown-up.
Yeah.
Mentally,
Probably not so much.
it's about 50-50.
About 2 years older than your son, mentally.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I just want to quash that right now. If you have any reservations whatsoever, anyone who might be listening or watching this, we do not steal members. We are not out to steal or poach members from other clubs. If you don't want to come and see us, that is entirely your prerogative. Please feel free not to. But we would love to see you if you would.
Yep.
And that's it.
Is Chris going to come down though?
He did say that he would do in the new year. He's not long moved to the area.
Yeah.
And after sort of chatting with him and saying, look, come down and have a look, see what we're about. I showed him our Discord. I showed him some of the games we play. I showed him the hall. He was like, oh, it's not what I've been told at all. So,
Yes.
and therein
This
lies
sounds
the
a
thing.
little bit like schoolyard rumours.
It
that
does,
are
yeah.
Sort of not beneath us, but unnecessary at this
Exactly
age
that.
of life. Really?
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I just wanted to put that to bed. It's not something we've ever addressed other gaming stores in the area. I'm sure it's none of them. I'm absolutely certain it's none of them.
Yep.
It may be somebody who's come down and just not had a good experience with us, of which, we can only apologise. But yeah, that's it. So, anyway.
I mean, I don't know how much you want to divulge into it, but I know
if you've got something to say, let's hear it.
No, it was more like a segue, if you will. It's you recently did a survey.
Yep.
For
Yeah,
the
yeah.
club as
yeah.
well as a
Still-
bit of feedback from
Still going? Yeah.
the
It is,
general club, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, largely so far we've had nothing but.
We've had a few critical points, which I think
But they're
can
not.
be built
They're
on.
not negative points.
No.
They're constructive.
I had a suggestion one just for music.
Yeah.
And Mike
Okay.
sort of and I said, I understand obviously there are RPGs being played as well, so it might not
Yep.
facilitate that,
Atmosphere.
that atmosphere. Yeah. But I'm always somebody personally that likes something in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm sort of playing stuff. So if there was a way to be able to do that,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We give it a go.
We did.
Yeah.
We'll continue doing it.
Yeah, man.
But that's the point of the feedback, right?
Of
Was
course it is, yeah.
I can't and don't have the time to ask everybody individually what's going on. Put the
Yeah.
feedback out. We'll
What
leave it
would
running.
you like to see? What would
leave
you
it
not
running for a
like to
few
see?
weeks. I'll collate the data. We'll see what is going on.
And what we can change, we will.
Yeah.
So,
And if nothing else, it's nice to have our ego stroked a little bit that we're doing it right.
just a tip. I haven't seen any of the feedback responses yet.
I've had a brief look through.
Yeah, and I haven't actually asked Mike for
And nothing,
a
like,
look at them
To be
either.
fair,
So
nothing so far has
No.
been critical or negative. It has been very much, this is great. Could you look at this?
Yeah.
Could you try this?
which is exactly the point of it,
Yep.
So, but yeah, just wanted to put that to bed. It was in the forefront of my mind. So what are we talking about today then? Anyway.
I thought it might be nice to have a little discussion about memorable boss fights or
Ooh, okay.
just encounters maybe in role-playing games or
Could we include maybe the achievement things we were on about? So
yeah, we did have a
off-screen,
off
off-air.
earlier. We had a brief discussion about our favourite achievements from or trophies for
Okay.
Xbox and
yeah,
PlayStation
Yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah.
or weird dumb ones.
Sort of put me on the spot here because I can't remember any. I can remember one actually. I never played the game. It was years ago, and it was about looking at a woman's chest, and you got an achievement if you did, and you got an achievement if you didn't.
Was it Metal Gear Solid by chance?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, it wasn't. It was some anime game.
Okay.
It might have been
That
like a
makes
fighting game.
All
or
of the
whatever.
sense.
Yeah.
All of the sense.
And there was you sort of controlled the camera, obviously.
Oh God, Lollipop Chainsaw.
That's the badger.
Yeah, you could look up her skirt.
You could,
or didn't.
and you got an achievement if you did or didn't.
Yep.
And you also got an achievement if you looked at her chest or didn't.
Yep.
But if you did, then it was a negative thing, obviously.
Yep.
You know.
But also all your friends look at your achievement. Let's go. Oh, he's an absolute pervert. He's looking at
her. Yeah,
people's.
It was brilliant, man.
Yep, I remember now. Yep. Yeah, there was some other like Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Guns of the Patriots had an achievement at one point, I'm sure it's an achievement or a trophy. At one point, Snake can hide in a water fountain. There's a statue of like naked men. And
Okay.
He uses his camouflage to pretend to be another part of the statue, but he puts his hand over the genitals of one of the men. And if you leave him too long, he breaks it off. And you get an achievement for that, I think.
Brilliant.
Which is always funny.
I tell you what was a memorable boss fight actually in the Metal Gear Solid series was Psycho Mantis.
Yes.
Anyone ever
Yeah.
played the first one?
I hadn't know. I've seen bits of it. I've seen like game reviews of it.
Yeah, it was.
I was a builder's apprentice at the time, right? I'd not long left school, and the chap who I was working with, this is before sort of mobile phones and stuff. You know, we're back in the dark ages. And he came in the next morning, and he was picking me up from work. I was still a bit young to drive, and he got in, and his face was like thunder. He's furious. I said, "What's up with you? Like, you know, what's going on?" "Oh, nothing. Don't want to talk about it." I thought, all right, you know, he's married. Perhaps his missus has done something, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And about 9 o'clock, I heard him on the phone with his mate, and he's like, "I just can't get past it, man. Like, he knows me saves, he knows this." And I turned around to him and I said, "Are you talking about Psycho Mantis on Metal Gear Solid?" And he looked, he went, "Of course you're a gamer." He says, "What do I do?" He says, I was on it all night, about 6 hours last night. He says, and I couldn't get past him. He knew me saves. He knew what I was going to do. It was this. I said, "Oh, the clue's already in the game." "What do you mean?" "No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't." I says, "It is." I said, "Just pull the controller out and plug it into port 2.
Yep.
Like, somebody said that in the message. I can't remember the message. It was years ago.
Yep.
I said, just do that.
Are you both aware of who Psycho Mantis is?
No.
Again,
All right.
vague.
He's a boss. He's part of a foursome of bad guys.
Yeah.
Is it 4? Or is
Yeah,
it
there's
5?
4 of them. I
Blood
think.
Raven, Psycho Mantis. I don't remember the rest.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There was the
he's-
sniper. Was the
Yes.
sniper one of them?
Sniper Wolf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the really old guy?
No,
Yeah.
that's the
no,
end.
no.
We'll get to that because that's another point I want to make.
Yeah. But anyway, he was.
he is a
yeah.
psychic, right? He's part of a special operations unit made up of people that have got uncommonly supernatural powers that might not be supernatural powers, but might just be mutations or whatever. He professes to being a psychic.
Yeah.
You go to the fight with him, and he's like, "Ah, I see you're a fan of insert thing on your memory card." Ah, and then when you're doing the controls, if you aim at him, he'll dodge out the way. Because very cleverly, the game's just using your controller and save memory card port, reading it before you have put an input in, and just adjusting as it needs to.
Yeah.
It makes him psychic.
And you
That's
couldn't
what
hit
making
him
him
and-
psychic is
like
really
if-
cleverly done.
So he wasn't actually psychic.
Sort
I mean,
of.
He
Like,
kind of was, but
he'd throw a chair at you, and if you moved out the way, the game would adjust and hit you with the chair. And quite literally, if you had your controller plugged into port number 1,
Yeah.
you could not beat this boss. It was
Yep.
designed so you couldn't. There wasn't a way to cheat it. There wasn't a way around it.
Yep.
You just couldn't do it, right?
you had to do a load of things to confuse him.
Yeah.
Which was take the controller out and put it in a different port, or swap the memory cards, or like
Yeah,
you were confusing him in the real world, not in the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do I read? Why can't I read your mind and whatever? And then all of a sudden, it became
It's very easy.
this walkover.
It's
This
like
absolute walkover.
You pop
of
him
it.
in the head maybe 5 times.
Yeah,
It's very easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
that was
that-
that was always something memorable.
Yeah.
More so because of what happened, you know. And he's storming around, he's throwing tools, and kicking buckets and whatever. What on earth is wrong with you? Oh, this flipping game, blah blah blah.
But Metal Gear's always done boss fights
Yeah.
very well. Very well.
Yeah.
The old guy you were talking about was he's called the End. He's from Metal Gear Solid 3. So
I know the gimmick for him.
Yeah, so the End is this like century-old sniper. He's the best sniper ever to existed. He is 100 years old or something, and he's in a wheelchair. He's got a pet parrot. That's it. Right, and there's a bit early in the game. If you fart around and go off the linear path that the game presents you, you can find a sniper rifle very early. About an hour later, there's a cutscene where all the bosses gather because they're part of a similar like special forces
Syndicate, yeah.
Yeah. And he's being wheeled by one of the other bosses. They have a conversation that you're watching through binoculars. Then they all just leave and leave him in the wheelchair looking out over like a dock for no reason. Just leave him. If you've found this sniper rifle, you can just pop him in the head, bypassing his entire fight. It's really cool.
Oh, right,
It's a
okay.
really cool idea.
Isn't there another?
Yes. Later on, when you get into the fight, to do the fight, he's like a master of camouflage and sniping, so he's hidden. You've got to look out for his red parrot in a jungle, and that's where he is, which is really quite a cool mechanic anyway. But he's very hard, and if you were to save and then not play the game for a year and then go back in, he dies of old age.
Yeah, there's the gimmick. Just
But that can also be done by just changing your PlayStation's internal clock by a year or two.
Yeah.
It just kills him, which is a really fun mechanic.
Yeah.
Because it's a very hard fight, and you could just be like, "I'll give it up," and then beat it through. And then later in the game, there's another boss called the Sorrow, who's a bit more of he's a ghost, right? You fall into this river, and you've got to chase his ghost up the river for whatever reason. The river gets longer and has more other ghosts in it, the more people you've killed in the game. So it could be if you've shot every single person you've come across and then gone back into areas so they respawn, you could be doing it for like 45 minutes to an hour. If you do the pacifist route and just knock everybody out, it takes like a minute. And it was really cool because there's always those games that like you get bonus points if you don't kill people.
Yeah.
But it's just points.
This mission is designed for stealth.
Yeah, but like doing this, you were suddenly like, oh my god, I'm confronted by the ghosts of everybody I've killed in this game. It's fairly harrowing. I didn't realise I'd killed that many people because you just don't think about it.
Of course you don't, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
very well
it's
done.
not a boss fight per se, but I always found it quite a memorable moment in the Call of Duty where it's just remember, no Russian.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
Russian was a harrowing mission.
And it was, yeah.
Yeah,
It was such a weird experience to have suddenly you coming out of an elevator and just mowing
Every
that
single
was-
person down.
everybody down.
Nearly resulted in the game being banned when it
Yeah.
Yeah.
was released.
You know, same game. Pretty sure, yeah, it's the same game. When you do the training course,
Yeah.
in
You're running the gauntlet thing at the start. Yeah.
if you just decide, fuck this guy, and shoot at General Shepard's head, you get an achievement.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
You then have to restart the whole course because you're not meant to kill him.
yeah.
But
Of course.
I'm
Okay,
sure
so-
you get an achievement for that.
Similar happens in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater because it's set before the other Metal Gear Solids. It's a sequel. It's a threequel that's also a prequel to the whole series. It's a bit confusing in where it sits in the universe, but it's taking place in the 60s, 70s, and Revolver Ocelot, who you've seen as an enemy throughout all the game, is one of your sort of companions and co-conspirators in this one. At certain points, if you kill the wrong person or shoot him, you get a game over screen that says, "Snake, you've created a time paradox," because Ocelot has to live for the other games to happen.
Yeah.
It's very, very funny. Very well done.
Very clever. I think some of the most memorable boss fights are the big grand ones. Ninja Gaiden. Anyone ever played Ninja Gaiden? Some of them are just so over the top. Like you fight the Statue of Liberty as
Right,
a
okay.
ninja, right?
Okay, sure.
That's brilliant.
you would,
It's been taken over as like a demon prince has taken over. When you end up fighting the Statue of Liberty, you have to smash its hands up, and then you have to smash its head up.
Amazing.
There's this big silver snake thing in a sewer that just sort of turns up.
Okay.
And yeah, it absolutely batters you. They're very, very ostentatious, very over the top.
Yeah.
But with the release of the newest Ninja Gaiden game, I've not played it yet. I thought that was worth a mention.
Yeah.
Some of them are just unbelievable. Like they really are.
Nice.
So
It's one of my favourite boss fights. It's from the game that I've mentioned in previous episode for sequels.
Borderlands.
Is it Star Wars?
No.
Oh,
I thought it was going to be the
It is.
engineer.
I will die on this hill. It is.
Professor Nakamura.
No. The greatest sequel ever made. It is Pokemon Gold and Silver.
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Fighting Red at the end of the game,
Yeah.
which is your first character from the previous game.
You've mentioned this before.
Yes,
You have
it is-
actually. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
the best. It is a great boss fight because you're fighting your old character with
Yeah.
all the signature Pokemon that.
Yeah. Especially
Oh,
as,
mega.
especially
Had
as
before.
we were like somewhere between 10 and 14 or so when it came
Yeah.
out. You were like, oh my god, this is a genius move.
Yeah.
Didn't see this coming. That was really cool.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of there's a couple that you can cheese. A couple
Yeah.
of boss fights
Well,
that
there
you can
was-
cheese.
I was trying to think back actually to my first ever boss fight,
Right.
Oh, okay.
and mine probably is the SNES Mario,
Yeah.
Super Mario,
Okay.
and seeing Bowser that first time, and the whole aspect of it is you literally just have to time it to hop over him.
Yeah.
So you're not fighting him really.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a bit of a cheat, if you will,
Yeah.
just to then press the button to get rid of
Yeah.
the ladder, the bridge.
The bridge underneath him. Chuck him in the
Down he
lava.
falls.
Yeah,
But,
man.
that was
Oh,
always
that's
a
brilliant, mate.
memorable
Yeah,
boss fight for me.
yeah.
Anyone got anything role playing? Wise that sort of sticks out?
Babylon Saga
Yeah.
in Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
We
That
played
was
that
amazing.
in lockdown, And we were like,
Such a brilliant.
we were
module.
so cocky going into it. There was 3 of us in this module, and we were like, yeah, we can do it. We've taken out the hags here. We've killed this guy over there. We've done this. We're level 9. We can do this. We walked into it like, yo, witch, you going down? And she kicked the shit out of us.
The living shit out of us. It was brilliant.
Because we were like, we got a paladin. No, what was that?
yeah, I was a
You
paladin.
were a paladin.
We had a Sorlock.
Yes, who just kept commanding person to just stand still on it. And we were like, yeah, let's do this. Bang, bang. I was playing a rogue cleric, so I was doing sneak attacks everywhere. You were paladin smiting.
Yeah, I
everything.
was.
We were like, we've done like 100 and something damage. She's going to die soon. Yeah, we're doing this. I said she succeeded a save on a whole person or whatever it was once. I went, house, could you help me? And the house stood up because it's the
It's a house on chicken legs. Yeah.
it's the house on chicken legs from folklore, and it just stomped us to death in like 2 turns. It was awful.
It was unbelievable, man. It kicked me across the clearing. And I mean, bearing in mind, I was like a level 8 paladin at this point. So it's I've got plate armor on, I've got a shield, I've got this. It does 143 damage. I was like, okay, that's it. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm dead.
Yep,
I'm
that's
dead.
me down.
Yep.
Yep.
Turned us into goats, and then I headbutted a rogue as a goat.
You headbutted a villager,
Was it? I thought it was a rogue.
just a villager.
Oh, right. Okay.
To save us from having a game over, the DM was like, oh, as you are bleeding out on the floor, she turns you into goats and
Yeah.
like, puts you in her pen to use as livestock. So we escaped, and we're running back to another hag we knew that could presumably fix us from goathood.
Yeah. How
And
we were going
came-
to communicate it, I
Nope.
don't know,
We
but
came across a villager who was like, goats.
you're going to be my dinner.
Yeah, this is free livestock. Let's take them home. And
Free real estate.
Yep. Dean was like, I'm going to headbutt him.
I'm going to just headbutt him. And it turns out that goats actually haven't got a bad attack. It's
not
if,
bad.
If
It
they
was like-
move 10 feet, you do X amount of damage more. And
It was like a
So
couple
what
of D4. And we were like, Dean, you're aware that villagers have got 1 hit point, right?
I thought it was 4.
Nope.
Wallop. Dead.
Nope.
Gone.
So what I'm listening to is you essentially turned the campaign into Goat Simulator.
Pretty much, yeah.
For about a session, yeah.
Yeah. It was a good laugh, though. It was cracking.
I'd recommend everybody should play a goat.
Goat
at some point.
Simulator.
I've played a goat in D&D as well, weirdly enough. Ours was towards the beginning of a campaign, and we wandered into a village, and they have a local cave that seems to have something in there that takes their livestock, and their livestock happens to be goats.
Yeah.
And one of the chaps who I was with has this great idea to command. I can't remember what spell he used exactly. It was to go into take control of the goat so he could see through its eyes.
Right.
And then he was going to get the goat to walk to the cave
Yeah.
to see what was in there because he didn't want to go in there himself and be
Fair
killed.
enough, yeah.
Sure.
So then, unfortunately, it's really dark. Goats don't have dark vision.
Nope.
So it didn't really go according to plan, and the goat died. And then we had to pay the farmer in the end because we used one of his goats as a sacrifice to
Unbelievable.
try and get intel, which we didn't get.
Yeah.
So we were like, this is a great start to a first campaign.
Brilliant.
For a tabletop, probably my most memorable boss fight is actually from your level 20 one-shot, Dean.
Oh, really?
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Because
I've never done one.
so
Really?
We did it because we were playing online in the Amog Discord weekly, I think. And one party member couldn't make it that week.
like 2 of them, so it was only like 3 of us.
There's
so
3 of us
5.
left. And it was the week the 2024 rules came out. And Dean was like, should I just do a fucking one-shot at level 20 see what it...
I've got a level 21 shot. Shall
Should
we
we
just
see-
have a go?
Should we see what level 20 is like in 2024? And we're like, yeah, right, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
And so I chose a barbarian. Shocker.
Yeah, you did.
And Dean was like very generous and says, take 5 items, whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Anything you want.
And so I chose like boots that make me fly.
Yep.
Belt of giant strength, so strength was like 30.
Yep.
And a Vorpal Greatsword.
Yes, you
so
did.
crits now insta-kill something.
Kill stuff.
And I was hoping to just get one. And all I wanted was just to get one off in the gimmick, because I'll never get it in any other campaign. I got it off in an ad. It was like, yes. I was like, okay, cool. I was happy. Didn't care about it. Completely forgot it existed after that. It was just a standard greatsword. We come up to the final boss room. It's like stairs and like a temple-y
Yeah,
kind
it was
of
like
thing, wasn't it?
it was like an eldritch evil thing. You
And
know?
it was like blighted angel kind of thing, like
Yeah.
everything. So naturally, I'm like, fucking killing this bitch. and just flew up
I was so good.
and did the standard attack. Rolled, got a crit, cut its head off, won.
Just killed it.
Straight off, and I was like,
Was that brilliant?
so I was honestly there, I was like, I actually didn't want that to happen. I was looking forward to a really good fight, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but Dean very skillful was like, but wait, there's more. Look over there.
It's the real boss that was controlling this thing.
Now that you've
Camera
killed
pad
him,
left.
yeah. We had some fun mechanics in that. So when you got into a certain distance or did whatever, you roll a d10 and something would happen. So if you got to within 10 feet of it, for example, and you rolled, I don't know, an 8 on a d10, gravity reversed for you. So all of a sudden you're on the ceiling.
Yes.
What are you going to do now?
Nothing.
Do you know what I mean?
That happened to. I was playing a ranger.
Ranger.
That happened to me. I was like, I'm just going to live on the ceiling now because like you can't get me.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Living your best life. Yep.
Yeah, man.
That was
No,
great.
that was a good laugh. I've still got that on what's Roll20.
Roll20.
Still got that.
We should do some more online D&D.
We should, man.
I miss
We
having
really
it. Like
should.
on an evening, you just log in and sit and play some D&D
Just-
while you're painting. It's great.
It's also
Bollocks to you, mate.
It's also the campaign where I found my favourite barbarian subclass, which is the Path of the Giant,
Yeah.
because I can just grow into a hulking monster and then just throw enemies about.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I loved it.
It was a good laugh, man.
It was really fun.
I think I'd be remiss mentioning boss fights if I didn't mention a couple in the Final Fantasy series. You know, big fan of the Final Fantasy series. Sephiroth being obviously one of the first ones. Final Fantasy 13, I think, was the first one on the PS3. And that was the first one with sort of really updated graphics and this, that, and the other. The game itself wasn't great, but you had to fight your Eidolons, I think they called them, the summons, and each character got one, and you had to fight them a certain way, and that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Seeing the sort of graphics and the motion of that. God of War, another brilliant series, both the older and the newer games. Brutal.
Zelda.
Yeah,
The bosses from Zelda stick with me for a while. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're just so
iconic.
Yeah, and I really enjoy the formula Nintendo used to use before Breath of the Wild, where you like do the dungeon. The item you find in the dungeon helps you kill the boss.
Yeah,
I like that because then you're like, oh, I've got a boomerang. How's that gonna go?
yeah.
Oh, they're giving me a jar that can suck in or blow out air. How's that gonna affect the boss? That's fun. Or the mirror shield. I remember getting the mirror shield and being like, cool. I've got to now panic as I reflect light and something giant coming at me. Good. Okay. And as a 10-year-old, I was like, this is intense. It's not.
Absolutely.
I play it through now, you're like,
Another
this is a piece of piss. But at the time, I was like, this is fucking hard,
Yeah,
man. I love the Zelda games.
Yeah, I think the God of War, simply for the scale of them, when Kratos fights Kronos, that's absolutely brilliant. You know, and he's trying to crush him in between his fingers, and you sort of think of the scale that the animators went to get these. Brutality in those games, when he sort of beats Poseidon up at the start of the third one, and he puts his thumbs in his eyes, and you're watching it from the POV of Poseidon, that sort of gave me nightmares for a couple of days.
Did you ever play EA's Dante's Inferno?
I did not.
It was like a hack and slash. In the sort of
Similar to Devil May Cry.
kind of, a bit
Right.
more like God of War.
Okay.
Similar sort of concept, but Dante's Inferno, the
Yeah.
the classic. The final boss of that, as you descend all 9 layers of hell, surprising no one, is Satan.
Yeah.
And I was 17 or 18 when it came out, and I was like, this is cool. This is a cool fight. This towering, hulking Satan demon guy. You beat in the crap, you're like, he's got a tail attack. Watch out, watch out. And after about 4 minutes, you're like, that's not a tail. He is just a naked man.
Okay. Okay.
Wasn't expecting that.
That.
Thanks, game.
Nor was I when you were explaining that.
Yeah,
I wasn't
Nope,
expecting
because
that.
there's so much going on. You're like, he's got a tail. Watch out for the tail.
Yeah.
And there's no tail attack comes. And you're like, what? What? Oh, it's that. Huh.
I see. A different type. But okay.
It's a front tail.
Yes.
Don't like that.
It was weird and I was not comfortable.
I'm not surprising, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
bit weird.
I
One
do
of my-
like. Go on, sorry, man.
That's all right. I was just thinking one of my funny little achievements that you used to get from playing I think most of the Halo games, but it might have been from the second onwards, was if you found one of the items which were skulls around the maps.
Yep.
One of them was called Grunt Party.
Okay.
And grunts are literally the pig, half cowardly sort of grunts of the games. And if you found this achievement, then you could set it to every time you pop one in the head, It's a grunt party by that they get streamers, and you get a little sound of a little celebration birthday.
Incredible. Love it.
And it was just
It's like big head mode when you do. You would play Time Splitters or
yes, yes, yeah.
GoldenEye. There was a cheat
Right.
that just made everyone's
Record.
heads massive.
Really?
Yeah, which made it really easy for headshots. But it was very funny then to watch all the
Yeah.
character models running around with just giant heads.
Massive head.
Yeah.
Have you ever, talking about achievements, you ever 100%ed a game?
Yes.
Which one?
Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, the pre-sequel, Bioshock 1 and 2, Ad Infinite, Viva Pinata. That was
Never heard of
yeah.
It's at the peak.
That was the peak. The one achievement eluded me for ages because it's play for 50 hours, but you can complete the game in like 25, 30.
Right.
So I ended up using an elastic band around the left thumbstick of my Xbox controller just to keep it awake all night as I left it on for like 3 days straight. Just to, all the camera was doing was going around in a circle.
Yeah.
I just turned the TV off.
That was the old sort of Oblivion cheat. When you want to level up your sneak or something, you take your boots off and you run to where somebody can't see you, and you just put a book on, your pad or whatever, and you just run for an hour. You go out, come back, and your sneak was at 100.
Yeah.
That was the way to cheese it.
Yeah. I also 100%ed Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood, I think.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was
Whatever.
Yeah.
Where it might have been 2.
I love how we cut you off there when you were about to
Whichever one it is. Sorry.
You can see it in his eyes.
Whichever one. Where you collect all the feathers. Is that 2 or is that Brotherhood?
It's in 2 and Brotherhood.
Yes, both.
One of them, I did it all in, and then afterwards was like, what a monumental waste of my life.
Did you get a cape at the end of it?
Maybe.
Then it's 2.
It was 2. I was just like, what have I done? Like, it was cool to 100% a game, and then I was like, it took me 90 hours just collecting feathers. Is this worth it?
I've only done it on 2. One was Spider-Man when it came out on the PS4, which was relatively easy compared to other games. It was doable. It was relatively easy. And the other one was Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
On multiple playthroughs when this was on the PS3 ages ago. And I played as an engineer and I played as a biotic and all this, and you have to do, and it's boring as shit when you're playing it for the fifth time just to get the achievements. But
I did the same with Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Because you have to do multiple playthroughs. There's an achievement for getting to each milestone level, so 5, 10, 25, 50, I think. With each of the 3 karma levels, so good, neutral, bad. I did it going through, but you finish the game at like level 25, 30, so I was like, I don't want to get to 50, I was doing all the DLC as well. There's an achievement, there's a perk in the game from one of the DLC that just instantly at level 50 will set your karma to one of the 3, and I was like, if I save just before I level up, I can level up and go good, and then I can reload the save and go bad, and then I can reload the save and go neutral, and then I can reload the save and actually just play the game.
Yeah.
I think one of the surprising boss fights that was just similar to that sort of effect was probably like Fable 2, where you didn't sort of have a boss fight to fight per se, where you got to the end of the game and then there was a choice that was given to you, which was quite a...
and every time you chose the dog, right, because it's the right choice to make.
Anyway.
To get the achievement.
Yeah.
Not because it was a moral question.
Of course.
Or a morally dark area.
No.
A game that I've only just remembered, and I can never find it. It might be on Steam somewhere, but I cannot. I'm sure it's been removed off every other like Xbox, PlayStation store, everything.
Okay.
So I'm half thinking is like, have I Mandalaed my fact and thinking this exists?
Ooh.
It just doesn't seem to exist, and no one else has played it.
Well, let us know, and if not, we'll make it, and then we can say it did exist.
They did, yeah.
Okay, here's an easy one.
Absolutely gaslight the shit out of you.
An easy one to help you with that then. Did you 100% complete this game or not?
No, I didn't.
And it might be real.
It's so it was a Game of Thrones game.
Okay.
And all I can remember is that it was called Game of Thrones. It wasn't the Telltale. I swear it was on like the PS3. And it centers around.
Google?
It wasn't like the mainish story, the canon story. It was one of those like alternate sort of games.
We go to Google for people with
and
better knowledge than us.
Basically, you had 2 protagonists, and one was a knight, was a member of the Night's Watch, and the other was a priest is a red priest from the fucking not Essos. Yes, that one.
The Lord of Light thing. Is it the Lord of Light?
Yeah.
I've only watched
Lord of Light,
4 episodes.
Yeah.
Basically, they have their own little stories, and it turns out in childhood they were also friends,
Right.
and like separate paths, and then they reconverge because their personal stories crossover at this certain person of interest,
Right.
and they end up going together because they're looking for them for their own reasons or whatever. And you play as them both. You gear them up, you level them up, you customize them to however you want to play, so then you can have like synergy between them and everything, all this. And then at the end, the final boss is each other. Whichever you have a choice to make. You
I
have
found it. It's called Game of Thrones. It's from 2012.
it's just Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it did exist. Okay, I'm not
It
crazy.
did exist. You're not making it.
I was going to say that's quite an elaborate thing to make up because
Yeah.
you've just talked about it for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah.
If you'd have
And-
made that up in your head,
It's like
then
I
that's
could
quite
have
an
told.
achievement in itself.
I could have told you because one of the missions was as the Red Priest. You go to his home, his home, because he's trying to reclaim his lordship because he's firstborn. And you go into like the family tomb, and I can fully remember like the crypt, the riddle, and everything to
Really?
actually do the mission.
Brilliant.
So if I was crazy and making this up, that is fucking impressive.
I was going to say
That'd
that's
be
some
too much
imagination.
detail.
That, like, yeah.
It was released for
As far as PS3,
PS3 and Xbox 360 and Microsoft Windows. So for you, Henry, let's see if it's on Steam.
but
Oh, hang
so
about.
yeah, so I can remember just like it comes to this point where this person of interest. I won't spoil it for anyone who wants to play the game. I doubt it, but
It
yeah.
is currently on Steam.
Okay, I
That's
might get it on the Steam Deck. Replay it because yes,
Sounds like you had a lot of fun playing
I was because it's like you built these characters up, you got like attached to them, and it's like yeah, these are like the dynamic duo. This is like Game of Thrones, Batman and Robin because one's all in black, the other's red, and you're like, fucking yeah, no one's gonna mess with these guys, and then like you come to it, they find the person, and then they're conflicting because like one needs it for honor and redemption, the other needs it for protection of the family, and you're there like, well, now we've got to kill each other, so you've got to pick one of them to choose, and you've got to kill the other character.
Brilliant.
bear with me.
Nice.
And the annoying thing is because it has all the gear and all the abilities that you
You
picked,
put
so
on.
it's just gonna kick your ass.
Right, it's Steam for some reason. Steam's only telling me the price of it in Taiwanese dollars. So
Have you got any of those lying around?
I don't know where the IP is
it's
anyway.
449 Taiwanese dollars.
Okay. What's the exchange rate? Because we're on a
It's
roller here.
£11 and 9 pence.
11 quid.
Wow.
If you want it on Steam,
I'll tell you another game that was similar to that.
could you hold it until we take a little break?
Of course I
Because
can.
we've gone
Have we
far
gone
over.
over?
We've
Ooh.
gone far over.
Okay,
We'll have a
then.
little break and then we'll come back.
Indeed.
See you
See you
later.
shortly.
See you in a bit.
Are you in or around Nuneaton and looking for a place to roll dice, tap lands, or command armies on the tabletop? Then check out All Manner of Games, Nuneaton's friendliest tabletop gaming club. Whether you're into board games, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, D&D, or just want to try something new, we've got you covered. We meet every Wednesday from 7 till 10 pm and every Friday from 7 till 11 pm at Nuneaton United Reformed Church Hall. With an extensive revolving games library, tables for all your gaming needs, a well-stocked snack bar, and an incredible social community, it's all your tabletop needs in one place. Entry is just a £5 every week you join us, and your first visit is free. New players and veterans alike are welcome, so come along, make friends, and play more games. Find out more at www.allmannerofgames.co.uk, on social media at All Manner of Games, or on our community Discord. A link to this can be found on our website. All Manner of Games, where tabletop adventure begins.
Struggling to get the desired result with your scenery, basic or diorama? It's time to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. At Terrain Tutorials, his aim is to inspire you to take on new challenges, learn exciting new skills, and unlock your full potential. The tutorials will have hints, tips, and tricks to help you achieve your goal, and he'll always read and comment back. Join him and grow together and push yourselves to create something new. Find it on YouTube/@Terrain Tutorial.
Welcome back, all.
Aloha.
Tell us about the game, Dean.
So, Neverwinter Nights 2. Anyone ever play that?
Yes, what a game.
Yeah,
No,
it was
Graham,
a,
what
it
a
was
great
a, it was a
game.
D&D game.
Neverwinter Nights, the first one.
The first one was good. The second one followed a similar vein. one of the things that struck me was that the main character never actually spoke.
No.
They had dialogue options,
Yeah.
but they never spoke.
Neverwinter Nights 2, I
Yeah.
think, is such a well-made game for level design that until like 5 years ago, they were still using it as the default engine at some universities
Doesn't
to
surprise
teach how
me.
to like build games.
It really doesn't surprise me. It was fantastic. But what you did, so it's a D&D game, a Forgotten Realms game, I should say. It's not D&D, based upon D&D. And you go through the game and you get various companions and this, that, and the other. And you get a wizard and a sorcerer and blah, blah, blah. And depending on, and you never find out this, you never find out their loyalty levels. You don't know. But depending on how long you've had them in the party, how much you use them, how much you level them up, the choices that you give them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
At the very end of the game, you come against the boss, and it's like a demon lord or, an evil wizard or whatever, and he offers your party a choice. So if you've chosen incorrectly or you haven't used them properly or whatever, you fight your own party
Nice.
or members of your own party.
It's fun.
And again, you level them up. You make them the most badass that you can find. And all of a sudden, you're fighting, a wizard and a sorcerer, and you're a fighter, and you just get absolutely stomped into the ground.
Yep.
It's a brilliant little mechanic, that. I thought
they're
that was...
both Neverwinters have recently been remastered,
Right.
so I might pick them up on Steam.
I might
and give
pick
them a
one
go.
up. So, Neverwinter Nights 2, especially on Steam. I thought it was brilliant. And there was a glitch in it where you could go back to the starting village, and you could talk to a priest. There was a priest of Lathander there, and every time you spoke to him, you leveled up. It was just a little bug, a little glitch. So, come when you were supposed to be level 4, all of a sudden you're level 20, and your party members leveled up as you did as well.
Yep.
So, 16, 17-year-old me was like, obviously we're doing that, and just went through and mashed everybody up in the game.
Yep.
But it was such a sort of deep, it had such deep lore in it that you could go in, they'd really referenced the actual universe when they wrote the game. It was fantastic. Like.
I've just remembered another one.
Go on.
I'm surprised we've not mentioned before, considering how much Dean and Dave both. Well, everyone seems to love this game. It's Witcher 3.
Yeah?
The Bovine Lord.
Oh,
whatever it
yes,
is.
yes.
If you kill so many
if
cows,
you kill the cows.
In order to get money, the developers put in a new boss, where it's the Cow Lord or whatever it is, and he just comes in. He'll just kick your ass.
Kill him.
And if you do kill him,
Yep.
another one spawns
Just
immediately, and you
respawns.
can't run away, you can't save, you can't run it. You are dying.
I would hazard a bet that he is a direct reference to Diablo's Cow King.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
probably is.
The Diablo 2,
2, I think. It was.
2 had rumours online that it was a level that was just full of cows, ruled by the Cow King, and if you could get into it somehow, he dropped like fantastic loot. And it was just a rumour I think it was an April Fool's Day joke originally. And so many people believed it that Blizzard were like, should we sneak it in the
We
game?
just do it.
Let's put it in the game. Why not? And it's a hardish fight.
Yeah.
And then in 3, they bring him back as well, but you're kind of on his side this time. You find his corpse in the world on a certain difficulty level, and you can bring his old Bardache to him, or his crown or whatever, give it to him, and he opens a portal to the Cow Realm, and you can go and like just loot whatever in there. It's great, really fun.
That would be a good episode. Hidden levels. We could talk about that at
and
some
Easter
point.
eggs.
Yeah, we could talk about that at some point.
Is there any 100% completions?
100% completions. I've done a couple. The ones that I can only remember off the top of my head are like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones I've done the most recent. I'm trying to think. So
Have you played any Telltale game? Because they just auto-complete
yeah, they
themselves.
auto-complete. They don't count.
I've never played any.
You just get achievements for finishing every chapter, and that's all the achievements in the game.
Oh, right.
You just
It's I was like one achievement off of 100%ing Assassin's Creed 2.
okay.
I had to get 5 people with a sand attack, and I could not be asked to do
That's
it.
fair.
Then again, in Brotherhood, it was the same sort of thing. I had like 1 or 2 achievements left to do, and one of them was like trip people up with a spear, and again, I just couldn't be asked.
Might be worth going back and doing.
Yeah.
Maybe, but then like
Still
Did
can't
you
be
ever
asked.
did you ever get to a point with having one achievement left that is physically impossible to get?
they're usually the collection ones, and I just can't be asked to go
So,
around
I
looking
think
for them.
Batman Arkham games, when you're collecting the Riddler trophies, that was
They were
one.
going to be mine, yeah.
So I'm missing one achievement for Bioshock 2 on the Xbox 360 that you can't get anymore because they released a map pack for the multiplayer. And the 3 achievements came with it. It was like play a game on each new map, win a game on each new map, and do something else. And winning a game on each new map was so hard because there was very few people playing Borderlands Bioshock 2 online, because it came out like a year after the game launched, so it was already dead anyway. And I got something like 9 of them, and then they closed the servers. So I just can never get that achievement. It's just locked away forever.
Yeah, you were going to mention the Batmans, as I did, Dev. That
Yeah,
was
they were the ones I was thinking of in the back of my mind. I mean, I don't think I've completed 100% many.
no.
I mean, I think I've done probably Halo 1 and 2.
Mhm.
And then there were probably most of the Batman games, if not maybe the last one I haven't completed completely. But every time to 100% those games, by that point, it was the riddles.
Riddler
Or
trophies.
the,
And you look at something and you think, how on earth am I going to get that?
Yeah, I think I had a walkthrough for Arkham Asylum, and sometimes you read it and you're looking at it, you're like, how would I ever got how would I have got that? I'm not that smart.
No.
Come on.
I think one of them was to look at Wayne Industries from the tower of Arkham Asylum. I want to see it.
Right.
So I remember something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just couldn't find the angle. I knew exactly what I had to do.
Yeah.
I just could not
Yeah.
find the angle that I needed to look at. And I left it for about a week, and I thought, piss off, I threw my controller. I'm fucking had enough of this. And I went back to it and found it by accident.
Yep.
I just opened the game up. There I was, and I went, right. And I looked, and yeah, you've got that. And I thought, you bar steward.
One of the harder ones I had was literally like a square electrical water pool of something, and then there's a cage in front of the objects to be able to get them. And I was like, right, so how? I mean, there's a little bit of a gap in between the water and the cage. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to get under there to sort of get to the trophy? And then I'd realised, and it took me like months to figure out, because I didn't want to just cheat to find the answer online.
No, of course, yeah.
And I realised then it was just literally the remote control batarang.
The batarang.
you got,
Yeah.
and you just control that rather than me trying
Is this,
to physically
you
get
had to
underneath.
press a button?
Yeah.
Was it that one? Yeah.
Which then just opened the cage.
Yeah, and you
then
just
there
went
it
and got it. I remember that. There was a green and a red button, and you had to hit the green one specifically or something. Yeah. That's a pain in the arse.
Yep. On
But
the subject of
afterwards, it's always a pain.
really hard puzzles and challenges, did anyone play Ocarina of Time?
No.
The water temple in that is a fucking
I've seen videos of it online.
Yep.
And I've seen people, absolutely rage
I
quitting.
have
just,
played Ocarina of Time through close to 20 times, and I still have to find a walkthrough for the water
Yeah.
temple every time, because I'm like, because you're lowering and raising water levels to get to different rooms. Infuriating.
Yeah. There was anyone played the Darksiders games?
Yes.
Fantastic series of games. Ever played it? You play as War, you play as Death. Then the third one you play as Fury.
I haven't played 3.
Don't think
No.
so, no.
So in the first one, you play as the character War. He's one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. It's a fantastically well written.
Voiced by Liam O'Brien.
Yeah, I'd really love to sort of have some books released. Is it? Because I think
There's a couple.
Is there?
I think so.
I think it would be brilliant to read about. Anyway, so there's the council, this grand council who sort of they rule heaven and hell, and they look after all this sort of business. And the horsemen are their enforcers essentially, and so you get sent to Earth, and as War, and you have to redeem yourself basically. And it turns out that it was all a plot and this, that, and the other. But there are 4 main bosses. You have to find their hearts.
Yep.
There's a spider, a big worm.
Oh, it's been years since I
Yeah.
played it.
One of them is a worm. And it's where you get your horse back, right? Because you're a horseman. You have to find your horse. And you have to fight this thing on a horse. But to get there, there's this sort of little platform bit where you have to time this big worm coming through the area. And if you don't time it right, it'll eat you. Right, and it is literally split seconds, and the amount of time I spent, and it's not an achievement, it's just a memorable part of the game, trying to progress. And I honestly, mate, I must have spent about 3 weeks trying
That's
to get
how
this
I
thing.
feel about all platformers, which is why I
Yeah.
can't play Spyro, I can't play Banjo-Kazooie, I can't play Crash Bandicoot, 'cause
Yeah.
I just get too angry because I don't like platformers
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah,
It was just, it was so infuriating. You're like, I'm going to get there, and then this thing had just come at you.
Yep.
And you're like, for the fucking love of... You know what I mean? And I remember when I did it, I actually did it. And I went downstairs and I sat down, and my now ex-partner, she was sat there and she was like, you all right? I said, I did it. I did it. She was like, seriously? I went, yeah. And it was a moment of self-reflection. Like, I've actually done this. You know,
I
there's
need a-
10-year-old kids who can do this better than
I
me.
need
And
a pint and like 6
Yeah.
cigarettes. I'm so
I'm
stressed.
not
now.
even a smoker, but I want to smoke. It was that was infuriating. But it was a brilliant boss fight. It was a really good mechanic that it ended. With you on the back of your horse, I would urge everyone to play them. So you
I've got
play
them
as-
on Steam. I might reinstall
yeah,
them at some
you
point.
play War in the first one. War is this sort of brute force character with a massive sword who just goes around walloping people.
Mm-hmm.
You play Death in the second one, voiced by Ian McShane.
Yep.
Who I think is a fantastic voice actor anyway, and it just adds to the game. You never see his face. He's got this mask on.
A skull mask on.
Yeah.
It's either going to be a skull or like a shroud of darkness.
Yeah,
I was
you get
wondering if-
his alternate form. You can get that ultimate form. Wars is just this big stompy monster.
Yep.
Death is the Grim Reaper. It's brilliant. His horse is called Despair, and he is all about like agility, sort of running around and stuff.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. Like,
corruption
what
in
if,
the world.
what if Death was a rogue?
Yeah, essentially, yeah, with wielding double size, he's a badass. And then the third one is Fury, who's their sister, and she has a whip, and she
Did
is
she replace Pestilence, or did she replace the other one?
the last one is Strife.
Famine.
Strife. So she's replaced
Yeah.
Famine because I guess they couldn't have made anything that wasn't.
With Famine and Pestilence, I don't think we're actually
I don't remember.
anyway. That's a
I'm
different
sure I
conversation.
think they removed her because she was either too. It would have been too close to like doing something a bit Games Workshop adjacent
All right.
with being because Pestilence is all your skills are just you're a death eater. You're
you're a death guard.
You're a death guard. Or there was something going on in the time where they were like, let's not talk about.
It could have
Famine
been,
or something.
yeah, perhaps.
Right.
But I would urge everyone. They're really, really fantastic. Number 1 and 2 especially.
I remember having a
Brilliant.
lot of fun with 1. 2, I
Yeah.
got about halfway through and something else came out that was a bit shiny and a bit more like, ooh, it's Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah.
I'm in there now. I never got back to it to finish it.
You talk about Dragon Age Origins,
Yeah.
the dragon fights.
Yeah, they were great.
They were brilliant. Anyone play? Either
No,
of
I haven't
them?
played the Dragon Ages.
You should.
Oh,
you
you
should.
again.
I
great-
almost did is it the Inquisition one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that had such bad hype.
Yeah.
I
It's a
played
terrible
that
game,
for like a
just
couple
avoid it.
hours and was like, and just turned it off.
Honestly, Origins is the best game in the series.
I've heard it is the best.
It's fantastic. Origins and Awakening, the sort of half sequel, it's an expansion pack that is big enough to be a sequel game on its own, are phenomenal. The issue they've got at the minute, because EA are numpties, they've cycled through that many members of staff at BioWare because EA keep taking money away or putting more money in when a new game gets out and taking money away and they've saved money. There is no longer anyone left at EA or BioWare that knows how that game engine works.
Yeah.
As I say, I think you
So
said
they
this before.
They
but,
can't patch the game, and at the minute it's got a massive save issue or memory leak issue. So sometimes it'll just not know how to do the next bit. You can get it on Game Pass at the minute on Xbox.
That's probably why. Oh, we know it's
So-
time.
so-
we'll let them out for free now. It's fine.
Get it? There's a sort of like 40 to 70% chance that occasionally, if you go to camp, you can never leave camp again, and the game has to be restarted. Which is where my save file got to on the Xbox. On the PC, there's a load of mods that fix that, and it's fantastic. So if you get a chance, 100% recommend
It was
Dragon Age
really
Origins.
good. In the first one,
One of the best RPGs I've ever
yeah,
played.
it was again just such a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Everything behind it was really good, and you can really you can believe it happening. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're like, actually, yeah, that
There's-
makes sense.
Yeah, I won't go into all of it. Essentially, the old gods were dragons, I guess,
Yeah.
and they went to sleep beneath the earth when humanity and the non-magic creature species got going. And then this weird thing called a blight happens, where one of the gods gets corrupted, and then leaches out into the world, and things go a bit wrong.
Yeah.
And they start a blight where they come to the surface and bring an army with them of these things called Darkspawn, which are just corrupted elves and humans or whatever. And they try and take over, and then they get fought back every time by a faction called the Grey
Grey
Wardens.
Wardens.
You take in
It's
Origin.
not the Grey Knights at all.
They're definitely Grey Knights.
Legally distinct.
Yeah, in Origins, you take the role of the last Grey Warden in Ferelden
Yeah.
after a.
Well, you're made new.
Yes,
Is it?
you are.
Yeah. You're.
There's you and Alistair.
Yeah.
Arguably, Alistair is the last, and then you are the newest.
Yeah.
And you're rebuilding the Wardens from the ground up to help because there's a blight currently going on.
Yeah, and it's all really secret, and
Yeah,
you know how you
and
become
there's-
one is really secret, and
Yeah.
and yeah,
There's
it's
some
good.
Real
And-
fun factions. So like, Mages are illegal unless they're
Sanctioned
sanctioned by the government.
Yeah.
The Templars.
Sanctioned psychers. What?
Yeah, exactly that.
Hashtag
They're all
just
trained.
saying.
They're all
Yeah,
trained
yeah.
in one tower to keep them out of the way, so they don't blow
Yeah.
up the world.
And they're all drugged to shit so that they're
yeah,
pliable. You know, they take
they
this
use
stuff called lyrium.
Lyrium.
And
That sounds definitely legally distinct.
Yeah.
just a little bit.
They're
you know.
protected by the Templars, who are definitely not just the Custodies.
Yeah.
Um,
Or the Black
or
Templars.
the Black Templars, who keep them in line, but are also secretly addicted to lyrium as well.
Yeah.
So maybe not mechanical either.
No. Then there's the dwarves, who live largely below ground, are fairly isolationary unless it is trade, and they're forever in this sort of war of ascension between who's going to get king next.
Yeah.
It's very politically intriguing. The elves are either subjugated as a lesser race.
Yeah, they're
Within
sort
humans.
of kicked in. Yeah.
They live in slums in the human areas, or they live as the Dwalish in the forests. And they're like
Forests.
really mystical and hippie-esque, but also badass warriors.
Yeah, they are.
Wood elves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, they're really cool. The Origin shows how you, as the wardens, have to go around and talk to all these factions and get them to,
Yeah.
agree long enough to fight the blight, because it's going to end everybody.
You can also say, I'm a warden, I'm taking that.
Yeah, the wardens have the right of conscription. They can just
You're coming to fight now.
Yep.
That's it.
you're going to be a warden
Right,
because
okay.
you're good, which is
Yeah.
basically how you get the party. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was.
Really fun. And then Origins Awakening goes into what happens after the first game, and then 2 is.
Mechanically wasn't a
fine.
bad game.
It's a great story because it's explaining how they go into how the blights start happening and why.
Yeah.
But they listened too much to the studio and not. Sorry, they listened too much to the publishers, not the studio, because Origins is a very tactical RPG. You can go to top down, you can do it turn based. 2, they're like, everyone likes hack and slash. Let's make a hack and
Yeah.
slash, and everyone went, but that's not the point of this game.
Yeah.
It's a bit crap. The third, the Inquisition one
Became
with the
a
first
hybrid
one,
of the 2.
Yeah, I think the first
weird.
one was the biggest sort of memorable fight in there. Back on top of it was Flemeth.
Yes,
So
because it's optional.
yeah, you encounter this old woman, voiced by Kate Mulgrew,
The
who
Witch of
did
the
Janeway.
Wild. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and she's the Witch of the Wild, and she's got a daughter, and you
she's
conscript that
essentially
daughter.
the
and-
Babalaga. The Babalaga.
Babalai Saga.
That's a
isn't it?
great voice. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
I'll
brilliant.
picture that.
really good at it.
And then you go through and you find out that actually she's going to take over her daughter's body.
Yeah, that's how she stayed
that's
alive.
why
for
she's-
centuries.
yeah.
She's
And,
she just
you
has
know,
children
Morrigan
to
is
have
this
to
and that
move into
and-
their body.
Yeah.
And you go, no, I'm not having that. No, so she turns into a dragon.
Yep.
And there's only one other dragon in the game, and that's at the very end.
Yep.
And it's a demon dragon. And you're like, all right, so now I'm fighting a fucking dragon. And it's just one of those moments where it's like, let's have a bit.
Yep.
Because it's really sort of herky-jerky old cutscenes from the PS2, PS3, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you don't actually see the transformation. You see Flemeth, then there's some lights, and then you see a big golden leg. And
Yep.
You're like, all right, what's this? It's a fucking dragon.
Yep. Yep. And it's not, at that point, you're not expecting it.
No.
You're probably not geared for it because you're
Absolutely
just told
not.
to go and have a chat with Flemeth. And then thirdly, you're not leveled for it because it happens sort of at the midpoint of the
Yeah.
game. And the game is balanced for you to fight dragons at the end.
At the very end.
So it's a proper endurance fight.
It's really,
it is
really good.
100% optional.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it at all.
to do it at all.
You could go and talk to Flemeth and be like, could you be nice to Morrigan, please? And she says, no, I'll fuck you up. And you go, oh, all right, bye,
Yeah.
don't worry.
And then you lose Morrigan, who's your mage.
Yep.
But you don't have to fight dragon.
Yep.
So,
It's really,
but then
really cleverly done.
the Inquisition, the last one, that had there was like 10 or 11 boss fights, and they were dragons,
Okay.
and they were really,
And
really
then,
good
and
as
then
well.
Dire Wolf, whatever the newest one is.
Not played it.
There's been a new one that got slated horrifically because of its writing being not great, but also it was trying
Funny
to be,
that.
yeah, and also it was being inclusive, and half of the internet went, whoa, whoa, whoa!
I remember.
Don't want
You're
gay
like-
people in my
yeah.
media.
It was
About
Veilguard.
Veilguard, that
That's
was
the
called.
one.
Sorry, Dreadwolf was its
Yeah, I was
working.
going to say,
title.
Dreadwolf was like, you know about Veilguard? What?
Dreadwolf was its working title. in
It was the
development.
first, because you could all through them you could romance
Anyone.
anyone.
Pretty
And
much
you-
anyone.
as a man you could romance a man, and as a woman you could
Yep.
romance a
And
woman.
if the man you were trying to romance wasn't interested, they go, sorry, I'm not of that
Yeah,
persuasion.
if your level wasn't that way or whatever, right? In that one, it was the first openly gay character, so you couldn't romance him if your character was a female, right? funnily enough, he's gay.
Yep.
And yeah, the amount of people who are, oh, well, fucking gays.
Yep.
Behave yourself, man.
Yep.
Just grow up.
Let
Behave.
some people have some representation, you
Innit?
dicks.
Do you know what I mean? Just
Like,
stop
you've
being
had it
a
long
bollock.
enough. But they were great.
Yeah, they
My
were.
favourite thing about them as well, one of my favourite things, the place it's set in,
Yeah,
Thedas. Do you know how Thedas got its name?
I do not.
It is, and it's it came from the forums when it was in development. It's what's the word I'm looking for? An acronym.
Right.
It's the Dragon Age setting.
I see.
Thedas.
Okay.
And I was like, really smart, guys.
Yeah,
That's actually
clever.
really good.
Yeah.
People were
Really
just
clever.
They were just abbreviating it to the DAS
Yeah.
on the forums, and BioWare were like,
There you go.
we've named a country.
You smart, we dumb.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that was a
Perfectly
really
honest,
good,
I thought you were going to say fade ass, and I was expecting it to be some sort of butt joke.
nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Or
It's
or German.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. It's just the devs being like, I don't know how to name this. Oh, the community have done it for us. Fine,
Brilliant.
thanks. That wraps us up for the week. near
Brilliant.
enough. We've got
Okay.
2 minutes to do my big spiel. So if you've enjoyed this,
I'll sit back.
yeah.
Innit?
If you've enjoyed this, sit back. Yeah. If you've enjoyed this, leave us a like, a comment, a subscription, a follow, a thumbs up, or whatever it is on whatever platform you're listening to it on. Leave us a comment on YouTube. Some engagement would be great.
It would be.
If you'd like to know more about what we do, you can find us on the website. It's www.allmannerofgames.co.uk. You can also find us on social media at All Manner of Games on pretty much every platform. You could help support us by turning up to the Friday or Wednesday socials, the last all day of the year on December 20th, before it gets a rebrand to Tabletop Nuneaton
Yep.
for next year. The dates for all of that are on the website. You could help us out on EasyFundraising or the Magic Madhouse affiliate link or on Ko-fi. Links for all of those are down below. We do not use any of that money for our own personal gain. We use it all to go back into this. The last
Nor
load of,
will we ever.
Yep, the last load of cash paid for this lovely runner you see here.
Certainly did.
And a little bit more paid for some mugs that are not coming yet. But we'll get there.
We will.
They are coming.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not here yet.
Yes. Where else can we do for this? Anything else we need to announce that's coming up?
Don't think so.
We've got our last tournament of the year on the 29th, which will be about a week away when this comes
Way
out.
after this, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything that you want to add, guys?
No, I've got nothing to add. Everything's been said.
No. I think
Okay.
we're all
That's
good.
it. Very good. We'll see
Thanks
you-
for joining us, guys.
Yeah. See you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
EXP-lore is brought to you by All Manner of Games. Our hosts were Mike Hearnden, Dean Shickle, David Weeks, and Henry Adair. The episode was edited by Mike Hearnden, and we'd like to thank Motion Array and Good Sounds for use of the song Pixel Heartbeat for our intro, outro, and breaks.